Hey, this is Fish on a Heater with Tournament Takeaway, where we take a look at a set of Pogo PvP battles and take a look at the decisions that we make in the moment, break down the matchups, and see what we can take from it to bring into future battles. So, today we are going to look at round number 2 of a practice Nightfall Cup tournament that we did on JigglyDad's Twitch stream. If you aren't following JigglyDad, he is a wonderful man. Really likable, does a lot for the competitive PvP community. I'll chuck a link in the description if I remember, because it's a fairly big break between me recording these videos and then going out. So hopefully I remember to do that. This is I'm going to try and pronounce that name, Mikansala. Hopefully I got that right. Sorry if I got it wrong. We had just lost round number 1 against Mr. Dr. Pants after making some not the best decisions. Let's see if we can improve for round number 2. So, I mean, great start. Obviously, we usually pause these and look at the opening matchup to see who wins. No need. we know that that's going to be a very hard win for the Venusaur there. So he brings out Stunfisk, and of course I'm going to bring out the Tox because the Venusaur is obviously going to crush Swampert. Gallade will be able to beat the Swampert comfortably once shields have been burned. So if I can burn a shield with the Toxicroak on the Stunfisk, then that will open up the door for Gallade to come back in against that Swampert if necessary. Now, that was 8 mud shots, if you were counting along. So I shield here because the consequences of being hit by the Earthquake are too big here, I feel. If I lose that Toxicroak, that is a huge weapon that I am well ahead now at the moment, because I will be able to counter this Pokemon down. I'll have a ton of energy on the Tox. I'll have the Gallade and the Venusaur still going in the back, whereas he'll have 2 Pokemon left. One of them is extremely hard countered by one of the Pokemon I have in the back, so I need to make sure this Tox stays conscious. If that was Earthquake, if it had gone with Rock Slide, tried to go for the bait, I actually wonder how likely it is to get to another Earthquake, get another one ready. So let's count that out. Actually, we'll go a bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I couldn't have counted down there. I had to throw the energy, otherwise it would have gotten to the Earthquake again. So this is kind of an interesting decision on my part. Is, do I spend a second shield and then go into the next matchup with heaps of energy, or do I use the energy now to try and either burn one of their shields or burn the energy that the Stunfisk has built up by fainting it? Mikansala has Victreebel and Wigglytuff in the back, so those are 2 Pokemon that generally don't care whether you've got shields or not. The Swampert does. So if I'm going into a situation, say the Tox does go down, and I've got, well, okay, no. If I use my second shield here, I'll be able to count it down. So I'll have that Tox there. The Swampert could maybe come back out, and it's definitely going to beat the Tox, but then, you know, Venusaur's going to finish that Swampert off just fine. What else could he have? He could have the Gengar. Mud Bomb will put a huge amount of pressure on the Gengar. Probably, it would probably burn those 2 shields on his side to bring us even. with the Wiggly and the Victory Belt. Yeah, look, that's probably it. So it actually might have been better to to shield a second time and counter down completely, so that I've just got a huge amount of energy to spend on whatever comes in next. If I say he brings in the Swampert next, I can either switch out to the Venusaur and let him switch out to whatever else he's got in the back, and even if that Venusaur goes down, I know that Venusaur, against the rest of that line, the Venusaur will be able to burn some shields and open it up for Gallade or Toxicroak to finish the job. Or maybe I could even like fire Mud Bombs from the Tox at whatever comes in next, then let the Venusaur come in after the Toxicroak faints, so that if they decide, or Venusaur or Gallade, whatever is more relevant to the situation, whatever they decide to do, I can respond to maintain switch advantage. So let's speed that back up. So in this situation, I think it would have been better to just shield a second time and count it down. Oh, and oh yeah, okay, yeah. So it used that shield that one time. So then I fire the second Mud Bomb, and that's interesting because, like, yeah, it's for exactly the same reasons. Like, I should have just counted down there rather than burning all the energy. Now that Tox is kind of having to build up from scratch again, I would have been even happier to use my second shield there, because he used one of his, so I wouldn't even be at a 2 shield disadvantage. I'd just be at a 1 shield, which is like, it's even better situation. So out comes that Swamp again, and it's building up a little more Mud Shots than necessary. I do manage to get to the Mud Bomb, and he lets it go, and then switches out to the Wiggly. So that's really interesting. So it's built up. How many Mud Shots was that? That was like 6 or 7, maybe? I'm going to say 7. And then brings out the Wiggly, knowing that the Charms will be able to finish off the Tox. This Venusaur should take out both of those Pokemon. But if Wigglytuff gets from an Ice Beam, that's going to flip as in manages to hit my Venusaur with an Ice Beam, that will flip that matchup. And Swampert is 1 or 2 Mud Shots away from an Earthquake. And an Earthquake will be pretty damaging to a Venusaur as well. So I'm in a really good position here, but it's not guaranteed yet. So I bring out the Venusaur, and let's actually go back and count the charms, because it takes 10 charms to get to an Ice Beam and a Play Rough. Interestingly, Play Rough is 5 energy more than Ice Beam, 55 versus 60. But because Charm is 6 energy, 9 charms is going to get you to 54, which isn't quite enough for an Ice Beam. And then the 10th charm will get you to 60. So you'll get there at the same time. So we want to watch for 10 charms. So you can see my health bar has gone down on this Tox already. So that means that 1 charm has already gone through. And that second charm just did that. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you saw the animation for 9. I threw Frenzy Plant there. I don't think that was the best move. I figured Frenzy Plant would be enough. It would save me a slight bit of energy. Obviously Sludge Bomb's going to get the KO from there. So Frenzy Plant is doing 55% damage. Sludge Bomb doing 70. And the Ice Beam from Wiggly is doing 70 as well. So an Ice Beam from Wiggly is doing about the same amount of damage as a Sludge Bomb from Venusaur, which is an interesting little tidbit. How much health did that Wiggly have left? That's a bit more than 55. So really, Sludge Bomb was the way to go. It's only like, what, 10 energy difference? And I fired another Frenzy Plant. It now has enough for... And it gets the KO. That was super lucky, because you saw it got in a 10th charm. That was absolutely enough for the Ice Beam. So luckily, it did not get the... I was super lucky there. That was a super close call. If that had not KO'd, then it would have gotten off an Ice Beam. And suddenly, this this Swampert's going to get to an Earthquake to KO the Venusaur. And then it's a race between my Gallade getting to Leaf Blade and Swampert getting to Hydro Cannon. Having said that, it takes 2 Hydro Cannons to get to feint a Gallade, so it would have been fine, but it would have been just made harder than it needs to be, and their Mikansala just gives up there. Alright, so that was battle number 1. We're up 1-0. Here's battle number 2. And we have Gallade and Gengar. This is an interesting matchup because obviously these are 2 very glassy Pokemon, and they're both doing super effective damage to each other. So let's see who wins it. So that is definitely Gallade. And if you look at this, Gallade is winning every situation except for the 0 shield. So 1 Shadow Punch from a Gengar will do 62% damage, and those Shadow Claws are each doing 10 damage. So that's about 10% of a Gallade, which is a huge amount. And then the Shadow Punch is doing another 62%. So it's taking about... Well, I mean, even without the damage of the Shadow Punch going through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Shadow Claws is enough to take out this... Oh, sorry, hang on. What am I talking about? I was about to say it's enough to take out the Gallade, but that's not right. The Gengar's going down first. Stupid me. So it's about 11 Shadow Claws just on their own to take out a Gallade, but that Confusion is doing 29 damage. 29 damage back to the Gengar, and the Gengar only has 99 HP to begin with, so it's only taking 4 Confusions to take out full Gengar. So as long as the Gallade has 1 shield, it will definitely easily win that battle against the Gengar. Look at that health go. And as we saw in The Sims, Gengar is getting to that Shadow Punch. But I'm taking it out with about a bit less than a quarter of my HP left. So going for the close combat because, you know, I'm probably not going to get to another charge move. Then again, maybe I might have. To be honest, I might have gotten to another charge move if I'd just gone with Leaf Blade. So, how much energy did I have? It was like exactly a close combat or 1 more than a Leaf Blade. That looks about right. And we had, let's just go with like, yeah, 25. Yeah, so it looks like if I had gone with Leaf Blade, then I would have had time to throw a close combat as well. And it's saying that would have KO'd the Stunfisk, which is incredible. Close combat doing 75% damage. And then the Confusion's doing 9 damage to a resisted tanky Pokemon. That is incredible. So, baiting there was definitely going to get us more effective results, providing they fell for the bait. But we throw the close combat, and unfortunately, with that double debuff to defense, the mud shots take us out. So now we're in a difficult situation because this Stunfisk has a bunch of energy, and we've both got 1 shield each. So now I can either try and overpower the Stunfisk with Venusaur, or I can try and throw in my Stunfisk and win the baiting game. Alright, how much energy did that Stunfisk have? One, two. That was 2 mud shots. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I think that was just 6 maybe. So let's go 6 mud shots. So what happens to an almost full health Stunfisk with 7 mud shots of energy lead? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's just go like 150. Maybe even 155. Yeah. And full health Venusaur. Did the Stunfisk have any shields left? It still does have the 1 shield. We have the 1 shield each. So, interesting. If the Stunfisk lands a successful bait here, then it can hit me with the Earthquake. That's doing 76 damage, and then it'll take another Rock Slide. So the Stunfisk is has 31 HP left, but it's got an energy lead, a slight energy lead for when my own Stunfisk comes back. So if we go continue battling and bring in our own fresh Stunfisk, with no shields, yeah, their Stunfisk is still... Oh, no, no, we are winning that. They are getting to an Earthquake, crazily. They're still getting to that Earthquake, but the power of our mud shots is going to take that out. We'll have 45 energy and 29 HP, and that would be our last Pokemon at that point. So, probably not the best way we want to go, because they still have another Pokemon in the back that we don't even know yet. So that's what happens if we try and bring in Venusaur. So we're in a pretty tough spot, because that Stunfisk is gonna be, you know, on the back foot when we send it in. Yeah. Well, I wonder what we bring in here. We do bring in the Stunfisk. And what happens? Are we gonna call it? Or are we gonna not? It is the Earthquake. And then out comes Victory Bell. So I think calling a bait there was probably the best option for us. But I'd be happy to be contradicted there, because if we don't shield and it's a Rock Slide, then that kind of evens up the playing field a little bit between the two Stunfisks. It gets to a Rock Slide. We fire the Frenzy Plant, hoping that that's enough. Almost missing some targets. It is not enough, and here comes the pain. Earthquake takes the rest of us out. So, it all kind of stemmed from... Well, I guess just bringing a team that was not very good against Stunfisk is just the root of that problem. Like, we played that that Gallade Gengar matchup out, and that was fine for us. We did throw the close combat when a Leaf Blade would have been better, but that's not really valid enough to flip the matchup. Maybe it did. Maybe it would have actually flipped the matchup if I had gone that Leaf Blade. Because he would have been without shields there, and so if I had thrown the Leaf Blade, and he had shielded that like he shielded the close combat, and then as we discovered, I would have gotten to a close combat which would have landed and would have KO'd the Stunfisk. So then the Venusaur would have come out. So not the Venusaur, the Victory Bell would have come out, and then suddenly that phone keeps going off, and that's annoying me. The Gallade wouldn't have lasted very long, but the Venusaur would have been fine to finish that off. So there you go. In that second battle, throwing Leaf Blade instead of close combat would have actually flipped that battle there. So let's go into battle number 3. And now we have the Vic versus the Wiggly. Now we've got 2 Pokemon that does. Okay, hang on. We know Venusaur beats Victory Bell. Well, what about Tox? How does that do against Vic? This is the 0 shields, and 1 Sludge Bomb will KO. Sludge Bomb does 80% to a Shadow Vic. That's crazy. Even Mud Bomb's doing just 45%. So Tox is winning all the Victory Bell 0 shield situations. It's also winning the 1-1 and the 2-1. But if Vic can shield twice, then it is winning. So I guess we don't mind as much if this Victory Bell switches out, because we are running under the assumption that we'll be able to burn some shields in the rest of that battle, so that when Tox comes in again, it'll be able to do some damage. So I go for the Sludge Bomb. Because it's only like 1 or 2 more Vine Whips to get to a Sludge Bomb over a Frenzy Plant, it's not really worth playing the baiting game there, as we kind of worked out with the Wigglytuff earlier. So yeah, just going straight for the Sludge Bomb. He switches out into Gengar. Both Frenzy Plant and Sludge Bomb are resisted, but Sludge Bomb is actually triple resisted, so look at how much damage that Frenzy Plant did. That is crazy pants. So, shielding to try and Vine Whip down. I think this is absolutely fine. I think we are going to get the Vine Whip. Look at that, just 2 Vine Whips and we're done. So we get that extra energy. That Victory Bell comes in, wastes its energy. At that point I wanted to keep the shield, but now, we throw in the Tox because, getting extra energy on that Tox is more beneficial than getting extra energy on Wiggly. And then the Stunfisk comes out and we're home. The counter and the Mud Bomb is going to be just absolutely fine. You can see that he gave up once again. Probably a very big GBL player, because just did not play that out. Just opted to not shield at all, and we got that through. So our team composition was a lot better in Battle 3 than in Battle 2. So what was it again? It was started off with the Wiggly, and then it was Venusaur and Tox in the back. So lot cleaner coverage. You usually want to lead with Wiggly because it does so well with shields in hand, but there might be situations where you don't necessarily want to lead it. It might be good to hold on to for the back in case you're expecting a Gengar to try and close. It's also going to be good against Swamp It if it's still got a shield left. But generally, because you do want the shield, that Wiggly does really prefer to be leading from the front. The Tox is obviously going to be good against the G-Fisk. If it lands a Mud Bomb, it'll just destroy a Gengar. Yeah, I guess what I'm getting at is the team composition in that one was what got me over the line there, as opposed to Mikan Sala's team composition. Look, thank you for watching this set, and I hope it was educational for you. If you liked the videos, making more of them, just hit the follow button and try and get a little more traction on the videos by commenting, sharing it with your friends. Come and visit me on Twitter and Twitch and in our Discord server, and I will see you on the next video.